I'm trying to eat my lunch.
You've been avoiding me all day.
I've already said my piece. Maybe I just don't want to talk.
Sure, but I know you felt safe in Liberty, but there was no future there. Justice was gonna show up sooner or later.
Maybe. But now every community like it is in danger. Our whole way of life has been jeopardized. And for what? If we just kept our heads down and took care of our family, we could survive anything. Even if you're right, Mom can never trust the others again, I can be there for her. Or I could have. If you hadn't.
That's unfair, sis.
I've lost my appetite.
When you have a moment, I'd like to talk about something.
Someone should wake.
How's it going?
The bus is operating as expected, the humidity is low, and our visibility is high. It's going well.
With you, I mean. How are you doing?
I'm operating within expected parameters, although I'm detecting some abnormal data from one of my subroutines. I'm sure it's nothing. I can run a self-diagnosis if you wish.
Okay.
Self-diagnosis will be completed in 37 minutes. Can I assist you with anything?
How fast are you going?
As fast as this vehicle can go.
Just don't get caught speeding, okay?
My programming won't allow it. I recommend staying seated when we're in motion, in case I need to make a sudden stop.
I guess my sister managed to put Humpty Dumpty together again.
Pardon me. Oh, right, I am Humpty Dumpty. She did an excellent job. She's a very skilled mechanic.
Any luck with the self-diagnosis?
It'll be 36 minutes until it completes.
So, about this abnormal data.
It could be anything. It's probably related to my injury at our previous stop. My servos may need readjustments.
That won't interfere with you driving the bus.
Not at all, ma'am. Feel free to adjust the radio. It's on the shelf above the seating area.
What was I saying? Someone should wake Gnome. They've been sleeping all morning.
There's nothing to look at. Might as well sleep through Nevada.
I'll be happy if I never see a desert again. Is Theo sleeping too?
I'm not sleeping.
Are you knitting? You knit?
Do you have a problem with that?
Not at all. I'm actually impressed.
Did you detect any problems with our robot driver when you fixed it up?
Why?
It just told me there was some abnormal code. Maybe due to the injuries it suffered the other day.
You're saying I did a bad job putting it back together? Because I can tell you right now, I didn't.
I didn't say that. I was only asking because...
Whatever's wrong with it, it's not on me, okay? What do you want now? Are you just gonna hover?
We didn't finish our chat?
No, we were finished.
I'm worried about you, and I had more to say.
I'm sure, but I was done. What is it now?
You should eat something.
Okay, you're right, whatever. I'll eat something.
We chase the ghosts in the mean machine. ghost town state. There are ghosts out walking late. We're all ghosts between time and reason, tracking echoes from another season. So, knitting.
Yes.
Cool. How's it going?
In general or with this knit?
Both.
Fine and dandy. What's going on, Pax?
Where's our next gig happening?
A town called Wells, Nevada, at the Desert Lodge Lounge.
We did okay last night, don't you think? Fame and fortune still on the horizon.
Only the best will rise above the rest. I need to finish this knit. Maybe check in with the others, like your sister. It sounds like she isn't having the best time.
Do we practice before tonight's gig?
We probably should.
I had a chat with our driver. They said something about abnormal data. They're running a self-diagnosis program.
I wouldn't worry. It's an old model. There are always software issues. The self-diagnosis will catch anything serious before it becomes a problem.
It's not fair. I'm trying my best with Ziggy, and I'm getting tired of her stonewalling me. We have to resolve things. It's affecting everyone. And I'm worried about her, but I can't get through to her. Like me, she's a pragmatist, and maybe that's what's causing friction. We're too alike to ever get along. I don't know, kid. I'm almost starting to regret bringing her with us.
Yo.
Does the robot seem moody to you?
I really can't tell. I'm trying to find something to draw, but this landscape doesn't inspire great art. I can only draw a gnome's head so many times before it gets weird. And your sister doesn't like sitting still.
You're not working on your magnum opus?
My what?
Your comic book.
Graphic novel, and it's called Displaced, not Magnus Opium.
Magnum opus means masterpiece.
Oh, right, yeah. Not sure about masterpiece, more like masterpiece of shit, or maybe huge masterpiece.
You're too hard on yourself.
Never too hard. Speaking of hard things, I can't stop thinking about the battle we had with justice. It's not like I didn't enjoy punching fascists in the face. It's a great pastime. But they're like the Postal Service. They're just gonna keep coming no matter what you do, and there's never an end to it. So what's the point? The only way to take justice down is to do it from within. Anything else is just barking at postal trucks. Man, I wish I hadn't skipped breakfast, even though I'm so through with porridge. Aw, beef jerky would be the absolute shit right about now.
What about the pack of strongmans I gave you?
Finished it. Back in Liberty. It was really good, and now I have regrets. Ugh, but I only have myself to blame.
Deluxetine?
I love you, Mummy.
Sup?
You're in my light, Pax.
I'm afraid we need to make an unscheduled stop. The vehicle is low on fuel. There is a standard energy station coming up on our right. Refueling will take about 10 minutes.
We should resupply while we're there. Maybe get something for dinner.
Dinner? From a service station?
Yes?
No, Theo, no.
I'll start refueling. It will take about 10 minutes. You should probably disembark.
The sun is not doing my vitiligo any favors.
We should look for sunscreen.
Or even better, stay out of the sun completely.
I can literally feel my skin melting.
I hope the station's open. It looks a bit
Awesome?
abandoned.
What the heck? Hey, that's all right, man!
Oh, this isn't good.
Oh, it's gonna stop, right? It's stopping? The robot's just playing with us? Any second now. Any second.
I don't think it's stopping, Sai.
Where's Gnome?
Shit!
They're on the bus.
Well, that's good, right? Gnome can just bring the bus back when they wake up, right? Right? Yeah? No? Shit!
These elites engaging in ritual, sacrificing children and drinking.
Who are you calling?
Who do you think? I'm trying to get in touch with Mom, or anyone who knows what happened to them.
Is that a good idea? What if they're tracking all calls coming into Camp Cedar?
So what if they are? It's a random call from the middle of Nevada. Big fucking deal. I have to find out if Mom is safe.
We're never seeing that bus again.
Welcome to Standard Energy, folks.
Another robot. Great.
I can't remember the last time I was inside a Standard Energy. This place brings back so many memories. Ugh. Every Standard Energy looks exactly the same. And smells the same.
Welcome to Standard Energy, ma'am. What can I do for you today?
Is there a car we could rent or borrow around here?
Afraid not, ma'am. Unless you count the wreck in the garage, and that's run its last mile. The closest dealership is probably in Reno or New Jerusalem, and there are no buses around here, except for the one you arrived in, that is. This is the first time in 30 years I've seen a bus drop someone off here. I have to warn you, ma'am, there's unlikely to be another bus anytime
Who's
soon.
that on the poster?
Oh, well, that's my Betty, the love of my life. She's a swell gal. We came off the assembly line at the same time, and I knew as soon as I laid eyes on her, she was the one.
Okay. Everyone deserves love. So, is she?
Betty?
Right. Is Betty around?
Oh, no. She works at Betty's Diner. No Betty's ever worked at a Standard Energy service station.
Silly me. And this diner, is it close? You guys see each other on Sundays or something?
I haven't seen my Betty since, well, we shipped from the factory. I honestly don't know where she works. Alls I know is she works at a diner. And not just any diner, mind. A Betty's
Diner. Got it. Sad story being separated from the one you love.
It is. I wrote her a letter a few decades ago, but so far I haven't been able to send it. I have to warn you, ma'am, there's unlikely to be another bus anytime soon. The only folks we see on a regular basis around here are riders, and the occasional Justice Patrol.
What was that letter you were talking about? The one you wrote to Betty?
Did someone say Betty?
Oh, yes. Well, I've got it right here. It has a stamp, but no address, because I don't know where my Betty is. I wish I could be with her. Provide for her, make sure she's okay. But since I can't take care of her, at least I can write to her. Tell her I love her.
Oh, that might be the saddest thing I've ever heard. Look, Henry, give us that letter. If we find your Betty on the road, when we find your Betty, we'll give her the letter.
Much obliged, young lady. You're a real sweetheart. Usually in that order. But it's months since the authorities last showed up. Not much of interest going on out here in the desert. So, what are you folks doing here? I'm guessing you're not here to fuel up.
Do you know if there's any taxis around or like ride-sharing services?
I'm afraid there are no taxis, ma'am. As for ride-sharing services,
Never mind. So we're basically stuck here.
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Take your time. I've got all day.
Do you get a lot of bikers here?
We do. I don't mean to be unfriendly, but we could do with fewer of them. If they buy anything at all, it's just grain liquor. They light a fire in the parking lot to let others know there's a party going on. And then they just drink. Sometimes they steal stuff, if there's anything left to steal. And by the time justice shows up, if they show up, the riders are long gone.
Are you able to call for a justice patrol?
There's an alarm that connects with their switchboard in Reno, but, well, I'm lucky if they show up at all. Last time, it took 3 days before they sent a car. And then the officers threatened to shut me off. They don't like to come out here into riders' territory.
That wasn't a public bus. That was our tour bus. Our robot driver decided to do a runner.
Oh, dear. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm very sorry a robot did that to you. There must be something very wrong with it.
You can say that again.
There must be something very wrong
Okay,
with it.
no. How often do you see these bikers?
Pretty often. But they don't operate on a schedule. They show up, buy booze, and light a fire in the lot. I figure the fire is some sort of signal, because it usually doesn't take long for more to show. And then they party. For hours. They don't bother me much, but they scare away other customers. And when they're drunk, they'll often shoplift.
Thanks.
I'll be right here if you need anything.
My dad would sometimes bring us to our local
Ready to head out soon?
anytime. Theo's wallet's on the bus, so we're not getting any souvenirs today. Excuse me.
We need to catch up with that bus, Pax.
I might have something. Let's regroup outside.
Please come again.
So, what do we do now?
We need to find a way to draw their attention.
Whose attention?
Horned riders.
What? Fuck that! Are you serious?
It might backfire. But I see where you're going with this.
This mural is pretty cool. Whoever made it knows their shit. Although, it looks like they have an unhealthy fascination with burning stuff.
This must be where the riders light their fires.
What do you think it's used for? Human sacrifice?
What can we burn that creates smoke?
Plastic? Rubber?
Sai, I need help with this door.
Of course you do. There's always another door. I don't think it's a good idea. We don't know what's behind this door.
Theo, unlock this door for me.
You think that's a good idea? Okay, I trust you. If you think this will help us get out of here. Excuse me.
Z! You kept the trucks in Liberty running. Can you help me figure out why this one doesn't start?
What's the point? That useless old wreck is never getting us out of here, so whatever.
Theo! You must know something that can help us get this car started.
I'm sorry. Software engineer packs. Software. You guys should know by now that I know nothing about cars.
Sai! You drive. Why doesn't this truck start up?
Look, I can make a car go forward, sometimes backwards, but I don't know shit about how they operate. Ask someone else. I hope you know what you're doing. Do you need my help with anything?
I have an idea, and I might need your help.
Still planning to attract riders? You're officially insane.
I'm still trying to work out the details. Hang tight.
Not going anywhere.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I never know what you're thinking.
I'm thinking we need to draw attention to this place.
Whatever you need, just say the word.
Still getting a signal from the bus?
Growing faint, but yes, for now.
There's no car, but the robot attendant gave me an idea. This is biker gang territory, and this station is a gathering spot. Bikers mean bikes. Bikes mean...
A way out. Let me know what I can do.
Welcome back. What can I do for you this time, ma'am?
Remind me what happens when the riders show up.
Same thing every time. They buy a few bottles of my cheapest grain alcohol and light a fire in the parking lot. Before long, more riders arrive, and then they party until they pass out. Do you have it? See you later, folks.
Time to execute on that idea?
This must be where the riders light their fires.
That's a fire hazard.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Sai,
Yo,
I need your help with something. Can you carry this for me?
you know it. I can't see shit. I need guidance. Pax.
This must be where the riders light their fires.
Great place for a fire pit.
This way.
I'm not tired at all. Get it? Get it?
Just follow my voice.
Following.
Marco,
Follow.
let's go.
Come in.
This way.
I'm not tired at all. Get it? Get it?
Just follow my voice.
Following.
Drop the tire in the fire pit.
Can do. Did you say something? So, like I was saying. Can do.